Here we go. So, hi Vilda, how are you?
I'm great. Thanks for asking.
Okay, that's great. So today I was thinking that we could do another one of our topics, and I picked out nature for us. You're right with that pick?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's jump straight into nature. So, could you read what nature is?
The natural world and all the living and non-living things.
hmm So it's a natural, yeah?
Natural, okay.
Okay, and our word, nature.
Nature. I feel at peace when surrounded by nature's beauty.
Do you agree with this statement that you feel at peace when you're surrounded by nature's beauty?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I agree as well. It's always so calming to be maybe in a forest or by a lake.
Yeah.
And what is your favorite outdoor activity to do in nature?
My favorite outdoor activity maybe like playing hide and seek in forest or like that.
Oh yeah, that could be really exciting. Yeah, cool. And how does being in nature make you feel connected to the world around you?
Um, like when I'm being in nature.
hmm Yeah, that when you're maybe in a forest or just in nature in general, and you kind of feel connected to your surroundings.
Yeah,
It's a bit abstract, but yeah.
I feel like peace and all the birds singing.
Yeah, you can kind of see all the beauty around you. It's nice. And what is an example of a natural habitat for fish? A lake or a bathtub?
Like
Yeah, definitely a lake. And which of the following is a source of natural light in our solar system? The moon or the sun?
the sun.
Yeah, the sun is a natural source of light. Very important for us. Okay, based on this picture, what could you tell me about nature?
Um, Nature is a calming place for people to relax, and
Mhm.
it is very beautiful.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one. Yeah, nice way to put it.
And you have fresh air.
Yeah, as well. And our next word, they're described as big plants with a strong trunk and many branches. What would that be?
Um,
What do you
a, tr-
think this is describing?
a tree,
Yes, a tree. Well done. So our next word is trees. Could you read the sentence?
trees. I like sitting under big trees and listening to the birds singing.
Yeah, that's always so beautiful to just
Yeah.
absorb all the sounds around you. It's nice. And what is your favorite type of tree and why? If you have a favorite type of tree.
I don't have a favorite, but I like that one in the picture. It looks
Oh yeah,
amazing.
it looks really nice. Yeah, it looks old as well. It kind of
Yeah.
the feeling of that. Yeah, I don't know what type of tree this is though.
Hmm.
I'm not an expert. And how do you think trees contribute to our well-being?
What does it mean contribute?
Contribute, že přispívají.
Okay, like they maybe give us the fresh air and
Mhm.
maybe empty mind or
Yeah,
like
yeah, it
from
kind of
stress.
cleans your mind. Yeah, de-stresses you as well. Yeah, I agree with that. They're definitely important for our mental well-being. And what is the primary function of tree leaves? To absorb water from the ground or to absorb sunlight for photosynthesis?
To absorb sunlight for photosynthesis.
Mhm. Have you done photosynthesis at school?
Yeah,
Okay, great. So you understand the whole process, how it
yeah,
absorbs sunlight and then
yeah.
oxygen and water and creates oxygen and sugar, I think. Okay. And what gas do trees absorb from the air during photosynthesis? Oxygen or carbon dioxide?
Um, Maybe the carbon dioxide.
Yep, they do. And then they emit oxygen back
Yeah.
into the air. Okay, so seeing this picture of a tree, how does it make you feel?
It makes me feel guarded, like I feel safe, and mm, it is very good because the trees give us oxygen, yeah, to breathe, and it's fresh air, so it is really good for our brain to release some stress.
Mm, yeah, definitely. From this picture, you can kind of see that they cast a shadow as well. So it might be nice to just sit there and kind of cool off with the fresh air, as you were saying. Okay. And our next word is water that flows naturally along a path in the land. What is that?
A river.
A river, yes. Well done. So, rivers.
Rivers. The river near my house is calm and peaceful.
Mhm. Is that true for a river that is close to your house?
It is like it's not a river, it's just
Mhm.
some path of
Mhm.
water.
You could say a creek.
Yeah, it's very small creek.
Mhm. Okay. And how do you feel when you spend time near or on a river?
Maybe I would like to go on a bridge and watch the river from up there. Or just if there is a boat, I will go on the boat and ride through the river.
Yeah, it's definitely fun to be on the water. Just enjoy your time there.
Yeah, like sailing and that.
Yeah, yeah. And what is your interesting memory associated with a river?
Maybe um that I were on a kayak one time, and I don't know if that was a kayak or paddleboard, but
Okay.
my friend behind me just um s- uh, like smashed into me, and I fell um I fell to the water, and the river was very freezing.
Oh, okay. And did you get back up on the paddleboard or what
Yeah,
happened?
I did get back on the paddleboard,
Okay, that's good
but
then.
I wasn't ill.
Oh, that's fine then. Okay. Just by the way, you started your sentence with when I were on a kayak. Could you spot a mistake in that sentence?
When I was,
Yes, when I was. Well done. But then the rest of your story was excellent. Well done. And where do most rivers ultimately flow into? Oceans or lakes?
mm, maybe oceans. I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah, most rivers flow into oceans. And what is the primary source of water for rivers? Underground springs or rainfall?
Rainfall.
Yeah, definitely rainfall. All the water that falls down on the ground around it, it just ends up in this beautiful river. Okay, what could you tell me about rivers?
Rivers create from like rainfall
So
or
they
like
form from the water that falls onto the ground, yeah?
From thunderstorm, or the water from the mountains go into the river, and it will maybe gain its size.
Yeah. And do you know what we call the beginning of a river? Like where it starts from the ground?
I don't remember.
That's okay. It's called a spring.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And this is like that's how the river creates.
Yeah. It's like the first place that it gets out of the ground and kind of flows from there. That's called a spring.
Yeah, okay.
In Czech, pramen.
Yeah.
Okay, job. And could you maybe describe what you can see in the picture?
I can see some men sailing on a boat and some bridge. Can see bridge.
Yeah, there's a bridge across the river. Okay.
And caravans.
Oh yeah, here as well too. Yeah. And then there's a lot of trees surrounding it as well.
Yeah, with mountains.
Yeah, some mountains in the back. Okay, and actually, our next word, it's a very tall landforms that rise high above the ground. Those are
mountains.
Yes, mountains, exactly. Mountains. So, could you read the sentence?
Mountains. I dream of climbing high mountains and seeing the world from above.
Does this attract you? Would you like to climb a really tall mountain?
Definitely.
Yeah, it sounds fascinating to me as well. Yeah. It's so cool to just see the sights, kind of absorb everything. And what is your favorite memory or experience involving mountains?
My favorite memory is that when I was a kid, I was hiking with my mom on a mountain to the up because there was a castle.
So you could say that the castle was at the peak of the mountain?
Yeah, and we were hiking to the peak, but suddenly I slipped on the rocks and I fell into the how to say it, kopřiva.
Oh, I think it's stinging in nettles. I'm not sure now. That word completely just got out of my brain. I'll try to search it up for you because suddenly I can't remember it at all.
Yeah, but it was a funny
So
story.
did it sting you, or how much were you in it?
My legs were in it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's a nettle. Yeah. So you fell into the nettles.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that must have hurt.
Yeah.
But then you finished the hike, everything, you were happy at the end of the day, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the main thing. Nothing bad happened. And why are not mountains important to you? So first off, are they important for you?
Yeah, they are.
And why?
Because it creates beautiful landscapes.
Yeah, I agree that when you put a lot of them together to form a mountain range.
And you can ski on them.
Oh yeah, as well, you can ski.
That's the
In
best.
the winter, yeah. That's always fun. You couldn't ski if there weren't any mountains, yeah.
Yeah.
And how are mountains formed? By volcanic activity or by erosion?
By volcanic activity.
Yeah, the lava just kind of comes to the surface and then cools off, creating mountains. And what recreational activities are popular in mountains? Surfing and snorkeling or skiing and hiking?
Skiing and hiking.
Yep, definitely. And would you prefer, skiing or hiking?
Skiing.
Skiing, okay, so more of a winter guy, okay?
Yeah.
Okay. What could you tell me about this mountain?
I can. The mountain is used to ski, or I
Yeah, you
see
can
some.
ski on a
Yeah,
mountain.
yeah, and maybe there are some hiking paths.
Yeah, definitely.
Mm,
It's
yeah,
quite popular for, well, not really tourists. I wouldn't call them tourists. Maybe
hikers maybe.
some hikers, yeah, or explorers, kind of. Yeah. You can see quite a few of people on the mountains sometimes. Okay. And our next word is a bright hot star in the sky that gives us light and warmth. What is it?
Sun.
Yeah, it's the sun. Well done. So, the sun.
The sun. The sun feels warm on my face during sunny days.
Yeah, that's always a really nice feeling.
Yeah.
And how do you feel when watching a sunrise or sunset?
I feel like I'm flying or like that. That I am now experiencing the moment of my life.
Yeah, it's always so beautiful. And do you maybe have different emotions when you're watching the sunrise compared to the sunset?
The sunset is more beautiful, I think, because everything is orange, and I also like red sunsets.
Oh yeah, they're always so
Rare.
beautiful. Yeah, I agree. And you can kind of see how slowly the light fades away. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's nice. And how does the warmth of the sun affect your mood or daily activities?
I think it doesn't really affect me, but sometimes it makes me happy.
Yeah, I think, yeah, it doesn't affect me in a really big way. Like I don't actually realize it, but I guess when it's cold or if it's cloudy, raining, I guess my mood could be worse than when it's sunny, but it's not that big of a difference, really. What is the primary source of light and heat from the sun? Fire or nuclear fusion?
Nuclear fusion.
Yeah, there's fusion and then there's fission. There is some scientific difference between it. It's something to do with the atoms, but I'm not sure really right now. But yeah, in the sun, it's nuclear fusion. I think in power plants, it's fission or something like that. Okay.
Yeah.
What is the sun's role in the solar system? It provides energy for life on Earth, or it controls the tides in the oceans.
It provides energy for life on Earth.
hmm And do you know what controls the tides in the oceans?
The moon.
Yeah, the moon. And do you know why it does it? How it
Uh,
happens?
maybe like the gravitational pull.
Yeah. Once again, I'm no scientist or expert on this, but I'm pretty sure it's kind of the moon's gravity affecting the water and kind of being pulled towards or away from it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, so you can see the beautiful sunlight seeping through the trees. What could you tell me about the sun?
The sun is like very, very, very hot ball
hmm
that provides us beautiful sunrises and sunshines, and it gives us warmth
Warmth.
and, and energy and hot, like the warmth.
Yeah, definitely. So when the sun comes down, that's called a
Sunshine.
When it goes down, it's a sunset.
Yeah, okay.
And then when it goes up,
it's a sunrise.
a sunrise. Yes, well done. So just these two words associated with the sun. Okay, and our last word, it's there are beautiful plants with colorful petals that often smell nice. What are those?
Maybe flowers.
Yep, flowers. Could you read the sentence for flowers?
Flowers. I enjoy picking wild flowers and admiring their colors.
Admiring.
Admiring, okay.
Yes. So wildflower is just flowers that you can find in nature by themselves, not specifically in a garden. So how do flowers make you feel when you see them in bloom?
What does it mean, the bloom?
So when flowers bloom, they open up their petals and kind of show their beauty. Že kvetou.
Yeah, it makes me feel maybe like happy because I feel like it's summer and I have no school.
Oh yeah.
Summer holidays, yeah.
Yeah. It definitely improves my mood when I see a blooming flower. And why are flowers important in celebrations and ceremonies?
Maybe they present that, like maybe the woman like it is pretty as the flower.
Yeah, definitely in a wedding you will see a lot of flowers.
Yeah, like that.
Yeah, they usually serve like decoration and then they could have some more symbolic purposes as well. Yeah. And what is a common method of flower reproduction? Pollination or budding?
Pollination.
Yep. So the pollen from the flower kind of serves for the reproduction, yeah. And what part of a flower produces pollen? Petals or stamen?
I don't know each of them, but I think maybe the stamen.
Yeah, it is a stamen.
It's a guess.
Yeah, but you're correct, so well done. Yeah, this is more scientific. So the petals, they're like the little colorful leaves, kind of. And then the stamen, so when you look inside, you can kind of see little like antlers like this. And then they have a little bulb at the tip, and then the pollen is created here. So that would be like, if you have a flower, that would be inside, kind of.
Oh, okay. I understand now.
Okay. In Czech, I think to jsou tyčinky.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So here we've got a variety of flowers. What could you tell me about flowers then?
Flowers, most of the flowers produce pollen for bees to make honey. And it's important for our life to create oxygen, I think.
Yeah, like flowers, yes, I guess flowers create some amounts of oxygen as well, but I'm not that sure if pollen serves for the bees to create their honey. I think how it works is that the flower creates some kind of sweet nectar, and the bees get attracted to it, and they kind of suck it out, and then they create honey out of the nectar. However, when they climb into the flower to get to the nectar, they rub their bodies on the stamen and kind of get the pollen stuck to them. And then they transport the pollen maybe to a different plant and pollinate it. The pollen then needs to arrive to, like, I forgot the name, like the scientific name for this. In Czech, maybe pestík. I'm not sure again. My science
Okay.
teacher would know this. But then the pollen kind of gets onto this, and then the egg is fertilized somehow, and then that serves for reproduction. I'm not that sure how to explain it. I don't understand it myself, but yeah. The bees create honey from nectar, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that's good enough for flowers then. Okay, so that was our last word from the topic of nature. Could you remember the words that we've gone through?
Um,
There were 6 of them.
trees,
Sorry?
trees,
Once again. Yeah, trees.
flowers, mountains, sunshine, sunrise, and what's the other
Sunset.
word?
Yeah.
Yeah, sunset.
Sunrise and sunset. Yeah. Those were part of sun. Yeah.
Maybe nature itself.
Maybe had nature. Yep. And something that's kind of in the same kind of bracket as a mountain. Something that you can see in the nature. Like a big landmark, sort of. It has to do with water.
River.
Yeah, a river. Okay. So we've got trees, flower, mountain, sun, nature, and a river. Okay. So using these 6 words, could you now deliver the topic of nature to me? I know nothing about nature. I never heard of it. I never was outside. I never touched grass in my life. So what could you tell me about nature?
Nature is a place on earth, like all around the world, and it is like green area with many trees in it. That gives us oxygen to survive. And it has some beautiful flowers for insects to maybe make a house out of it, or I don't know, decorate the house.
Okay. Interesting.
And
what
was the word with M?
Those were mountains.
Yeah, and sometimes nature has beautiful mountains to hike on for the hikers or like that. And I suggest to you that you go to the nature, the forest, maybe before the sun rises. Sunsets.
Sunsets, yeah. Okay, cool. And where should I go to see some mountains? Where are they?
They can be in a forest sometimes, or
could you maybe give me
maybe
some directions to like big mountains? Where in what country maybe could I find them? Or what are they called?
In Austria, they are biggest in Austria.
Okay. So maybe if I want to see some nice mountains, I'll definitely go to Austria then. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And what about rivers? Are they part of nature as well?
Like the small, maybe in forest there are small creeks, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, and maybe in forest when they are split, it creates a river.
Yeah, when they join together.
It is usually between some landscapes and mountains.
Okay, interesting. So a lot of small creeks contribute to a large river then, if I'm correct.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool then. Okay, I think you've pretty much got it spot on. Good job. Now I know so much about nature, thanks to you. Okay, good job then. So that was a nice lesson. Do you have any questions before we end?
I think no, but I noticed that the topic of nature is green, and you have green T-shirt and too.
Oh yeah, you do. Nice. I haven't even realized that. Yeah, that's a nice
Yeah, that's a
coincidence.
coincidence.
Yeah, that's cool. Okay, yeah. So that's great. Yeah. Okay. You did well today then. So see you later.